Hey everyone, it's Coach Jeff from Team PRS Fit, and today we're in the Easy Form Efficiency Lab with the tip of the day. This week, a little bit different. This week, I'm not necessarily going to give you a form tip, but I am going to give you what I think is a great training tip and racing tip. This is about over racing. Don't do it. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of age groupers make, whether they be novice to intermediate to advanced, is they have a feeling that they have to race all the time. I need to race, I need to race, I need to race. Racing is fun. Racing is challenging. Seeing your results is exciting. But racing takes a toll on you mentally and physically that training doesn't. When you have an A race set up, you should really have a predetermined set of races that you want to do building into that A race. Those races are gauges as to where you're at in your training. If you have a tendency to over race, you really aren't getting a true feedback of where you are at that point in your training for your A race. And what do I mean by that? A lot of times, let's say a half marathon is your goal distance race for the year, and you run a 5K every week. Well, sooner or later, your performance is going to start to deteriorate because you're taking a toll on your body week after week after week, prepping for that race mentally and physically. And when you start to see that downward curve in the trend of your races, that can get in your head and that can affect your training and then it can affect your A race negatively. So you want to stay away from that. If you're training for an Ironman or a half Ironman, you don't want to do an Olympic distance race every week because sooner or later you're going to start we don't always have great weeks. And the problem is a lot of times when we don't have that great week, again, it affects us negatively in our training and getting ready for our A race. So you should sit down and you should plot a course. If here's a recovery week, I'm 3 weeks into my training or 2 weeks into my training at this point, and I have a nice easy recovery week. Let's throw in a 5K at the end of this week just to see where I'm at speed wise, to see how I'm feeling. Let's throw in a sprint triathlon this weekend and just to see where I'm at, see how I'm feeling and build on that. Take away the positives from the race. What did I do right? How did this happen? Where was I at this point in a race? What can I do differently? Every race should be a learning experience, and it should be a positive learning experience, just like every training run should be. Walk away from every workout and from every race with a feeling of accomplishment that you learned something new, that you performed a little bit better. If you over race, you start to lose that sense of accomplishment. Racing is good. Preparation races are great. They get you mentally sharp. They teach you how to strategize. They teach you how to plan a race. That is very, very important as an endurance athlete, is learning how to plan a race and learning, more importantly, how to execute a plan. So your preparation should be about planning a race and executing it and walking away with it with positive information that you can build on going into your next race, leading up to your A race. And if you over race, what happens is you have a tendency to fall off performance wise, and that can have a negative effect on you. So, little tip for the day: don't over race. Plan your races smart. You don't have to race every week. If it's you need to get out there and you want to be with the community, volunteer to race on that week you feel that you need to get out there. Take it easy on your body. Make sure you're fueling right, hydrating right. Rest and recovery is very, very important, and you need those weeks, and you can't cloud those weeks all the time with a race at the end of them. That's my tip for the day. If you have any questions, please send me an email, prsfit@gmail.com. You can call me 970-586-5213. As always, be healthy, train smart, have fun, and have a great day.